Well, g'day everybody and welcome back to another episode of Lock Valley Farms. So I had a very good day of summer spraying yesterday. That's where I got the drone footage for the start of this video. I got damn near 400 acres done, I think, which is really good going for us, but the conditions were really optimal yesterday. It was overcast, it was cool, there was even actually almost misty, drizzly rain in the morning. Get off me, flies. So I just made for a very good run at it, which I'm grateful for. I've kind of caught up now, so we just had a few paddocks with, there's some wheat with some ryegrass under it we were trying to get. So there was some paddocks of star thistles, that was the one I was with the drone footage. And we had already some like bad patches of summer weeds, potato weed, paddy melons, all that sort of thing that we were trying to get as well. So just getting on the front foot, just seeing how good a job the summer spraying and what it sort of gained us this year from last year, if you know what I mean. So just getting stuck into it early. Can you guys see those clouds? She is brewing up again today. We are expecting some more rain tonight. Of course, because tomorrow would make it 7 days that we have been out of the paddock. But yesterday me and Luke were talking and he hasn't harvested any of his beans, and beans typically just don't hold on to moisture like wheat and barley, and he said, I reckon my beans will go. We're kind of sick of chopping and changing at the moment, but we both just said, man, if there's anything that'll go, you got to go. So we shifted the header around to his. He got cracking on those. He was so bitterly disappointed with the amount of loss he was getting off that draper front. He ended up pulling his old tin front out off his CTS, and I think he's got that connected now and he's got that running. The problem with the draper is it sits on an angle sort of like that for a start, and then you got your cutter bar, and then you got a lip there that the beans try to have to get up. When the beans are only 12 inches high, or a little bit more maybe, they just don't feed up over that lip, and you just spew them all over the ground. And look, I hated it as well. I was suffering a lot of loss at the front, but I just put up with it because at the end of the day we've got sheep, and the sheep, they do really well on the beans doubles. So there's already sheep in there on them grazing away. They'll clean them up, and I've got my seed for next year. I don't know, I could have mucked around and changed the front and maybe I would have picked up a few more ton, but I guess we've got the insurance policy of the sheep there. So yeah, I'm just cleaning up a little bit from yesterday at the moment. I thought I might go around and check out Luke harvesting the beans. Surely have a look, see how he went with that front, getting that all fit up. Yeah, go say g'day. Can't do another harvest video without any harvest happening, but ultimately it looks like there's I'm pretty sure we're going to see some rain tonight. It might only be 5 millimeters or less, but that's going to put us out of the paddock again. And then Monday, Tuesday, we've got up to 10 to 15 millimeters on the forecast again. So they're not massive rains, but they're just pesky. It's just holding us up big time at the moment. It's just humid and sticky, and we're not getting much done. I've got to go into town anyway to get a few more chemicals, so we'll drop some drums off while we're in there, and while we're that way we'll go and catch up with Luke, see how he's going. Yeah, not too bad. How are you? Not too bad. No,
that's all good. I just thought I'd get ready for you.
No, you're right. So funnily enough, the big fella just rang me and said I was going to come out and check out that old flex front on there, and he goes, well, if you come out here and have a look, you'll just be looking at your draper because it's back on there. Apparently there was too much stuffing around with the old one to get it working properly, and he said it was bulldozing dirt too much, and it's a rigid front. At least with our draper, it's got the Hydra float on it, so it gets a bit of movement and that side to side and follows the ground. So he said, yeah, just had to swap back. The draper's doing a better job, and he's attached some core flute to the reel, he said, and it's just made it so much better. You'll see it when we get out there anyway. We'll still go have a look. doing whatever we got to do to get it through the season, eh? Or to get through the season. Welcome to the sturdy day.
That's alright.
Do I interest you in some stimulants or?
What is it? Red Bull. Look out.
This looks a bit interesting.
It is very much so.
It's doing a pretty good job though, like you can see straight away.
Oh, it's chalk and cheese.
Yeah.
Big difference, yeah.
That's a nice little thing to know to do, like in the future.
And it's like...
That stuff's pretty soft though, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it is. You could have like a real lightweight on a semi-plastic.
Yeah.
Would do a pretty good job.
Just the flow from that stuff, the airflow pushing it back would be a huge difference.
Yeah, yeah, it seems to, and it paddles it up the...
Yeah,
up
you can see it really coming up the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was going, oh, it hangs down past the fingers, but it's way softer than what I thought. So
Yeah.
just that airflow. Fair enough.
Got me.
The big dog in the operator seat.
Look at him go.
Alright, no worries.
Thanks, mate.
Catch you later. Sing out if you need a hand with anything. Alright. Well, he liked my refreshment, so I guess that's a good thing, isn't it? At least we were able to provide him with some delicious flavour when we came out. To be honest, I liked it too. I just grabbed some exotic looking can and said that'll do. There's the old flex front that he put on, old 30 foot. Problem is the hydraulics are different for those old CTSs and that, so you got to have, luckily there's someone nearby who has an adapter plate for it, so we borrowed that off him. But yeah, this just wasn't quite doing the job still, so the draper's back on and she's singing. It's an easy little mod, and yeah, it has made a vast improvement, so definitely would not hesitate to go down that road again next time on a year like this. But anyway, he's finding some beans there, so that's good news. And you know, being on the strip disc system this year, all that stubble cover out on the beans, stubble cover was king this year with the severe lack of rain we had, so they loved it. And yeah, it's not a bad crop of beans for the year, so bravo to him. Still plenty of hectares there to go. Alright, what are we doing with this canola crop? This one has not shot as bad as the one at home. There's still some little greenies on there, but overall you can see this regrowth coming and these pods, but they haven't really filled out yet. I'm wondering if we reg-loan this and try and get in here and harvest it, because otherwise we are going to be sitting around for a long time. There's a lot of flour on it. Oh, I wanted to have a look at it again. Had a look with the agronomist the other day, but we didn't. Yeah, the one at home, it is what it is. This one here, maybe we got a chance of doing something with it. So I just wanted to check again. So me and Dad were chatting, and we were chatting about that paddock of canola I had a look at before. He went around there, he had a look. He had the same thought as me, is we're probably better off getting in there right now and desiccating this, because the stuff that's there that's green is just going to keep getting greener and greener, and we're going to be waiting on it for a long time. And the regrowth in there is not going to amount to anywhere near what is there now. So I've been on a mission around town, and what have I been doing? Getting this. What is this? This is reg-loan. This is the only thing that we can use really to desiccate that canola. It does a crap job, but that's our only option. Hopefully we can upset that green growth there enough, knock those flowers off that are trying to produce pods at the moment, and just slow the plant down enough that we can get in there in about a week maybe and harvest it. I think I'm going to go out this evening and spray that paddock of canola. Now, if you look behind me, there's a bit of a thunderstorm going through out there at the moment, but it's generally pretty clear everywhere else, so I'll keep an eye on the radar. We might throw some water in the sprayer, and yeah, we'll see what the conditions are doing a little bit later on, whether we can get out and get that done. That is a impressive looking little cell going through. It's just clipping us here at Jamestown, but I think we'll miss most of it, which will be good. And then all I need is enough time for that product to dry on the plants, and we're home and hosed. I hate to be that guy, but there is nothing I want to do. There's nothing about this I want to do, should I say, but we're trying to protect what we have there, so just gonna bite the bullet and do it. So we'll just fill this puppy with water, and then I might go put the girls to bed with Stace, and then we'll see what the weather's doing then. It is awfully calm as well, but it is saying on the wind forecast that it's supposed to be up around 16, 17 k's an hour at sunset. So yeah, we'll just have to play it by eye and ear. Oh hey guys, just me. Sorry to interrupt this episode. Now I just wanted to quickly touch on using this stuff to desiccate a crop that is close to being harvested, because I'm sure I'll get some hate in the comments. Firstly, as I say in the video, there is nothing about this job that I want to do. There's nothing about it I like to do. Secondly, Reglone is a contact herbicide, meaning all it has to do is contact the leaves to do its job. It doesn't need to be absorbed into the plant and taken up for it to do its job. So the reason we're using it is because we want to burn off leaves like this, and we want to stop these flowers here turning into pods like this. And the reason we want to stop that is because the regrowth is not going to equal as much yield as what is already out there, and we'll be sitting around waiting for a really, really long time for those pods to fill out and become anything meaningful. And so the thing to remember is the pods that are already out here are already dry. The seed is already filled, it is dried down, the pods are crunchy, and it's actually ready to be harvested. It's just the green on the plant and the possible regrowth that is slowing us down out here. So none of that herbicide gets transferred really into that seed. It's safe inside the pod, and it's really just a tool to dry down the rest of the plant so that we can get in here and harvest it. Now again, not something that I want to do, but you put yourself in my situation. South Australia, many areas have gone through one of, if not the worst growing seasons in history. We've got tens of thousands of dollars of canola seed sitting out in the paddock. We've had a lot of late season rain, a lot of bad weather on the forecast. So you have the option to try and speed things up so you can get in there and harvest it, or leave it to chance and possibly lose some to the weather. What would you do? You let me know in the comments. I know what I would do. So the reason that I said this was such a mission to find this stuff is because it's not really used very often. It's used very rarely around here, although maybe with the rise of GM canola and this being the only desiccation method, maybe we'll see it come back a little bit around here. But whoa, sorry, big gust of wind just came through. That shocked me a little bit. I don't even know what I was saying, guys, but anyway, I think I've made my point. He suddenly started howling. It freaked me out because I thought that I hadn't done something up on the sprayer and there was water spraying out of it everywhere. Man, oh man, is she brewing up out here at the moment. Woo! Have a look on the radar here and zoom in. Nice little cell of thunderstorms building up right above Jamestown, coming down from the north. I don't know that we'll avoid those, but keep our fingers crossed. Look at that behind me, that looks cool. That one's going to miss us, so that's good. They'll call me crazy, but at about half an hour I called it and I finished filling up. I'm heading around there now. I'm questioning myself though. Just got that coming down at the moment. Just worried that's going to clip us. We are gamblers, I say that all the time. Final radar check before we throw caution to the wind. Ooh, I don't know guys. Ah well, let's get into it. So I have just pulled up here. I just did the 2 outside laps along the bottom piece. There's 2 pieces here. and I'm just seeing what's happening because it's just looking like maybe on the radar this is going to clip us, but what I've done so far should be fine. It only takes, if you look it up, it says 30 minutes and this is rain fast. It just needs to dry on the leaves. So I haven't gone too crazy yet, but I just want to be a little bit cautious because there's still a big cell just out there to the north, and it's just showing on the radar that it's going to come very close to us. And there was the odd spot of rain, not that that matters, but I might just give it 5-10 minutes and just see if that's going to get by us, because if that'll get by us, we're all good. Because at this point it's quite easy for me to run some fresh water through the boom and the pump and just leave this thing here till the morning if I'm that worried. But man, there is a light show out there. See if we can catch some of it. Kind of just see this edge here coming around. That's what I'm worried about. It's gonna make a liar out of me now. Oh, out in the distance. Hey, there we go. What a wild Friday night. Whoa, that was a good one. Absolutely wild. Where else would you rather be? Well, there has been an awful lot of noise out that way, but no rain. I did ring Luke, and he's further east than here, and it's not raining at his place, and it looked like the worst of it was over us, but it wasn't raining, so we'll keep rolling with it. Action is so much better in low light. You can actually see the lights on the sprayer. The GoPro wouldn't be picking up anything. Well guys, we are done. We're back in the shed. We're pretty much in the safe zone already. It was about 20 minutes ago that I finished, or maybe a bit more now. So nothing like some Friday night theatrics. Yo! Looks like a grand total of 0 millimeters last night. So the plan worked. It was a little iffy, but worked well. Doing that in the dark and the cool weather and sort of moist air, I think we couldn't have had any better conditions last night. So glad that's done. Probably could have just done it this morning, honestly, with the way it is being cloudy and damp. But anyway, it's out the way. That's all I care about. So I highly doubt there'll be any harvesting going on today. It's just so cool and so damp in the air. It almost feels like there's a fog out here at the moment. Just nothing is going to dry down in this weather. It is so frustrating at the moment, but there's nothing we can do about it, so we just got to keep riding the waves. It's not good harvesting weather, but it is good weather to maybe clean some of the yuck off this thing from last night. I hate that front mount boom going over the top of taller crops like canola. It's got to be so high. Naturally, you end up just basting the machine in whatever you're doing. It's not too bad over wheat or barley, or when you're putting down prams, but yeah, unfortunately, it just makes a righteous mess doing a job like last night. I didn't go too overboard, just a quick rinse because we're going to be using this thing a bit, I suggest, over the next couple of weeks. So I was going to replace the fan on that, the engine fan on that spot sprayer today, that spot spraying ute, but Dad is off feverishly spraying weeds. He's probably of the same mindset of me, just getting onto it early this year, all those problem weeds that we seem to be forever battling with. But yeah, he's out spraying, so I'm not going to be able to do that. But I thought it's overcast and cool, there is the perfect job for me to go and do, so I'm going to go and do that now. I could only get that stuff in 20s yesterday, absolute pain in the neck, I tell you what. Come out and get rid of some of this horrible stuff. This is what I needed to come out and do, just on this little road piece here. I sprayed this the other day, but the chemical will not do anything to this plant here. This is some horrible stuff. I had a heap of trouble with it one year seeding. You can go back and actually watch that video. Yeah, I don't know, that was a few years ago now, but oh man. I have been having a full-on assault on this stuff. Last year I spent days and days out in the paddock, walking around, driving around, trying to get rid of this stuff. Horrible. Basically, it's probably not too bad at this stage of its life. It might get some chemical, but the leaves are super furry. They're real, like, I don't know, we call it blanket weed because it grows like a blanket and it feels like a blanket, honestly, but it just doesn't absorb. You can spray it, but it just doesn't absorb it because it doesn't get down onto the leaf for it to absorb. That furry sort of coating on the leaf stops it from being absorbed. So anyway, it's a real problem thing. Yeah, like there's quite a bit of it down along here. I'm going to hoe it out now. I should have bought a bigger bucket up here. I've got way too many plants to fit in that little tub, but I don't know, we always say that stuff doesn't grow, or definitely I don't think it germinates during the winter, but some of those plants, I'm sure they've been dormant all winter, and because it likes to grow in the warm weather. Those plants are massive, some of them, so they've got to have been there for a while. And actually I did hop out here at one point. I closed this gate during the middle of winter and there was a massive blanket weed plant there, green as green, so it must have the ability to sit there through the colder months and just not do too much. But I'm just going to go back and empty my tub and go back and collect the rest of the plants. Oh, I've just about had enough of this. I keep finding more and more. It's going to be a multi-day event, I think. While I'm up this way, I just got a couple of paddock inspections to do. Dad rang me about one up here this morning and said, oh, you might want to go have a look. There's a bit of stuff in there, so we'll head around and have a look. And I might just make sure this paddock in here that had vetch in it hasn't got any of that blanket weed coming up in it either, because if it is, the time to take care of it is when it's really little, so we'll see what we find. There is actually surprisingly little in here. There's a little bit of potato weed coming up, and where is it? This grass here, I forget the name of this, but there's a bit of this stuff starting to float around. Could possibly get some control on some late season ryegrass again. That's only just flowering, that one, so you'd get a good kill on that. So he's dead now. And then last one, paddy melons. Plenty of those coming up. There's one there. Some more ryegrass would probably get a kill on. I don't know, it might be worth coming out here and giving this a shot. Well, I don't know folks, one of these days, one of these weeks soon, it'll dry out again enough for us to get back into it properly, but it's probably not going to be today, it's not going to be tomorrow. Rain on the forecast Monday, so I'm going to leave the video here. It's Saturday. Try and spend a bit of time with the family this afternoon while we're not too frantic. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you want to support the channel, you know what to do. If not, all good. You guys have yourselves a good one. Until next time, see ya.